Hello, guys. I'm back. I'm back with another video. But before I start, I just want to say thank you guys for those who have subscribed. Thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate it. You know, it's hard when you just start a channel and you're starting, to do these things and you don't know where it's gonna go. You just don't know where it's gonna go and who's gonna subscribe, if anybody's gonna subscribe. So I'm so happy for the subscriptions that I've had so far, and I'm grateful. Yay. Thank you guys for all those who like the video as well. I hope if you like it, you'll subscribe to it as well. I'm going to be producing a lot of positive inspiration for you guys. As I said, there's so much going on. Right now, there is a war going on in the Ukraine. Please remember Ukraine in your prayers. You know, we went from one problem to the next, a pandemic that's on its end tail to now a war that's about to start, and who knows what can develop from all of this. So we are going through unprecedented times, and a lot of people are not in their best state. So that's why I just want to be here to provide a lot of positive inspiration to help you to keep going through these difficult times. Guys, we are at the beginning of a new year. Well, we're not at the beginning, but we are at the top of a new year. And when you come to the end of a year, you always try to look back to see where you've come, what you've done, what you've accomplished, and all that stuff. So now that you are currently at the top of the year, I want you guys to start working on something, because by the time you reach the end of the year, you will have something to be proud of. So get going on whatever it is that you would like to see come to fruition. If it's building that online store, if it's starting a new blog, if it's, buying property, whatever it is that you have that you want to, get going, right? Start that, because life, we don't know where life can take us. So start working on whatever it is that you're working on, because by the end of 2022, you will look back and you will have something to be proud of. Something that you've probably started. It may not be finished, and it doesn't have to be finished. When you want to get something done, the main thing to do is to start. Once you start, you know that you kind of have to finish it, right? Once you start, you will get that momentum to finish it and be a finisher. Anything you start, finish it. I remember when I started university, there's a program that I did that I didn't want to go further into, but just because I started it, I decided that I have to finish it, and I did. And I finished it, and I went and did another major, and I completed that major as well. So happy that I finished it, because now I have 2 degrees. So when you start things, you start it with the intentions to finish it. Don't just leave it there. As I said in my previous videos, there will be things that gets in your way. Even you will get in your own way, right? But you gotta not allow that to be prolonged. You have to pick up yourself and keep going, because in a year from now, you will look back and realize that a year can do a lot to a person. So just think of where you were a year ago from now. Just look back, and think, where was I 1 year ago from now? Right? And when you look back, you will realize that either you are further along your path, you haven't moved at all, right? You will see that when you look back a year from now. But it can do a lot when you actually start something and actually continue with it and go through it for a whole year. You will see that you've made a lot of progress. So quote that I have says, "A year ago everything was different, but now I look back, I realize a year can do a lot to a person." Right? So I want, when you look back in 2022, when we have arrived at, God willing, we're all here because, we live in a very unpredictable life. So when December 31st comes of 2022, I want you all to look back at how far you've come. So start something. Whatever it is that you've always wanted to start it. Because I want you all to look back on December 31st, 2022. And it's not a year. I know it's not a year. It's like 9 months. But you could have a baby by then. You know what I'm saying? Right? You could have a baby. That could be a lot of people are trying to have children right now. So, especially if you don't have any children and you've been trying for a while, that could be an accomplishment, right? And children are blessings. So, it's an accomplishment. So, yeah, so it's a year, December 31st is, approximately 9 months from now. So if you look back 9 months and you have a baby, then good for you, right? However, there are other accomplishments like, starting a blog, or starting an online store, or buying a property, or saving up for a property, right? So I want you to look back, and based on what you have started to work on, I want you to look how far you've come. So don't stop working on this thing. You can take a few days off, because we're human beings, we get tired. But I want you to actually take a look back. So, take a look back and see how far you've come. And you would be so happy with yourself. Whether you've made an online store, whether you've made, join the gym to work out, because that's a big one, guys. But nevertheless, that could be something that you're working on. And if you start right now, you could have big accomplishment by the end of the year. So guys, that's my challenge for you, to start, because as the quote said, you would realize that a year can do a lot to someone. So start whatever it is that you're starting now. So that's my challenge to you, to start today, or this month, or probably at the beginning of March. Whatever it is that you're working on, start it. If you haven't started, and if you have started, continue it. Continue to put more work into it, and see how far you'll be by December 31st, 2022. And there are things that I've started as well, and I will check in on that date to let you see how far I've come. You're not doing this all by yourself. We're all in this together. We're all in this together. So as I said, guys, I don't want to make these videos too long, because, a lot of people nowadays don't have a long attention span. You say 2 words and they click off and they're gone. It's the attention span to actually sit in and absorb, knowledge or whatever it is. It's not really there anymore, especially when it's positive. If it's negative, they'll sit there and watch and watch and watch and watch, but not when it's positive. So I have to keep these positive inspirations a little bit short so that you guys can get it. It's kind of sad, but that's the reality of the world that we're living in today. So anyways, guys, I just want to say thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I hope that you subscribe to this channel, because it will be a channel of inspiration and a channel of moving forward, a channel of moving upwards. That's how I want my channel to be seen, as an inspirational channel that moves you forward. So I hope that you subscribe. I hope that you like the video. So guys, I wish you all a pleasant evening, afternoon, or morning, wherever you are. Peace.